Hello guys, it's time for a new features video for Blender 2.90 Alpha. I show you 5 new features of this version. The first one is a tool for adding primitives. I have a cube here with this inset. I change to object mode and select this tool. And you see you can add here cubes, cones, cylinders, and I select a cube, draw it onto this face, then release the mouse button and extrude the cube. Okay, that's a separate object. Let's try a different one. For instance, a cylinder. Same principle, different primitive, but you can also go ahead and enable snapping, for example to vertices. So let's do this in the toolbar. And now I can draw this in snapped to the corners of the cube. Nice, and by the way you can also use this in edit mode. And then we can snap to the geometry. For example, to the corners of the inset. Like that, but this is not a separate object now because we created this in edit mode. So I remove all the vertices and switch again to object mode. And here you can snap to the geometry as well, but I recommend to enable the wireframe because then you see where you're actually going to snap. Nice feature, next one, this is Extrude, Dissolve and Intersect. Okay, let's see this in action. I have this mesh and I want to use the normal extrude tool to extrude this face to the inside, but you see that's not a good idea. I have all these faces, these artifacts. So let's try the new Extrude, Dissolve and Intersect. And you can see what it does. It dissolves edges whose faces form a flat surface and intersect new edges. Very nice, a bit like push and pull, perhaps you know this from SketchUp. Okay, what else? We have some changes for the user interface. And this is one that I really appreciate because we have more space in the vertical direction. You can see the layout is more compact with this placement of the checkboxes and the grouping. You see it in Blender 2.8. A lot of space wasted. Also here in this panel, we don't need 2 lines. And here's the new layout, which looks way better in my opinion. It looks like a small change, but when you have many entries, and you gain a lot of space. Not less important is the new stack interface. The layout is completely re-implemented, and the modifier panel supports now drag and drop. Let's have a look. This is Blender 2.8 and let's add some modifiers to this cube, for example a bevel, then a subdivision surface, and a third one just to have 3 so that I can show you how you could reorder these. Because what you have to do to change the order is to use these up and down buttons, and this can be quite tedious. So let's see how this is done in Blender 2.90. I also have a bevel and a subsurf modifier, then I add a third one, the smooth, and now you can drag this up and down to change the order. This is a nice improvement. The only thing that you can't do now with one button click is to apply or to delete the modifier, because now you have this drop down instead of the buttons. Well, we have more space, but we need more clicks. But you don't do this that often, so I guess it's a good decision. But it's an alpha version, perhaps it will be changed again. Alright, the last that I show, but definitely not least, is a new feature for sculpting and face sets. I have this object here in sculpt mode. I don't know what it is, but who cares, it's for demonstration. I select the pose brush, and as you might know, you can set the rotation origins to face sets to have an IK posing for the face sets that you added to the mesh. In this example, I have 3 face sets and 2 IK segments, and as you see, the brush kind of mimics bones that snap to the borders of the face sets. Okay, but that's not new. This is inverse kinematics, but what you have now for the rotation origins is face sets forward kinematics. And this also snaps to the borders or to the edges of the face sets, and you can rotate it like this, and to this face set as well. And this is a real forward kinematics. Compare it to a shoulder that has an arm and a hand, And when you rotate the shoulder, the arm and the hand is following. And we can not only rotate, we can also translate and scale. This is so great. I really love these features. There is more in it, but these are the things that I wanted to show. If you liked the video guys, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also be sure to hit the notification bell to be notified of new tutorials. Follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Also subscribe to my programming channel, Jayanam Develop. And I see you guys in the next one.